Bodycam shows police tasing armed woman in Florida Walmart. Shocking video shows the moment a Florida deputy tased an allegedly meth-addled woman who threatened customers and staff with a knife inside a Walmart. Marion County Deputy Christopher Witt is heard in the Bodycam video ordering the woman multiple times to drop the knife during the recent dramatic confrontation inside the Summerfield store, WWSB reported. The woman, identified as Brandy McGowan, was threatening people with a knife and a brick, store managers reportedly told authorities. Witt and his partner, Detective Pamela Thomas, located the suspect in the clothing department, where she brandished a pocket knife and spoke incoherently, the news outlet reported. With his handgun drawn, Witt repeatedly instructed McGowan to drop the knife, but she ignored him for several moments before he finally switched to his taser and deployed it. The shock caused her to fall backward as the two officers rushed to cuff her behind her back. It was later determined that the woman entered the store holding the brick and began threatening customers, WWSB reported. Later, she located a pocket knife on display, opened the package with a pair of scissors from the store, and continued to threaten employees and customers. After McGowan was arrested, it was discovered she had ingested about 4 grams of methamphetamine earlier in the day, according to the outlet. The shock of the taser caused Brandy McGowan to fall to the floor. McGowan was transported to a hospital for evaluation and then charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. She was held at the Marion County Jail on $1,000 bond. Deputy Witt deployed his taser at McGowan, making contact with her and successfully disarming her. Witt and Detective Thomas then detained McGowan in handcuffs. McGowan was transported to the hospital for evaluation and then the Marion County Jail. What happened to this woman was shocking. Tawanda Crowell was reportedly shocked with a taser and knocked to the ground in front of her young goddaughter and nieces. She had a receipt for her purchase. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has cleared one of its officers for any wrongdoing after an investigation involving the use of a taser on a woman accused of shoplifting in Publix. Tawanda Crowell and her legal team announced Thursday during a news conference that they have filed a lawsuit against the supermarket chain, alleging that an armed police officer working as Publix security approached her in the parking lot and accused her of shoplifting. The situation escalated as Crowell was reportedly shocked with a taser and knocked to the ground in front of her young goddaughter and nieces. JSO has since identified the officer as Officer K. Munger. The agency said that after a review of body cam footage, the officer was cleared of any wrongdoing. This incident and actions by officers were investigated by Internal Affairs Unit by way of a formal complaint, said the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Officer K. Munger's actions were cleared by way of a body cam-worn video. The lawsuit alleged that Crowell told the officer that he lacked probable cause to ask for her grocery receipt and did not give it to him for fear he might destroy it. Crowell was then shocked with a taser and knocked to the ground in front of her young goddaughter and nieces, the lawsuit alleges. Attorney Benjamin Crump says that although the arresting officer found the receipt verifying her purchase of the food, she was still arrested and was jailed for 24 hours. Publix's communication director for Florida responded to First Coast News' request for comment in an email. We do not comment on pending litigation. Another hard moment. A dementia sufferer was left with a dislocated shoulder and fractured arm after a cop tackled her to the ground when she forgot to pay $13 at Walmart. The police officer has been suspended after pushing 73-year-old Karen Garner and arresting her near the store in Loveland, Colorado. Karen Garner, 73, was left with a dislocated shoulder and fractured arm. Walmart employees noticed the pensioner leave the shop with a candy bar, a can of Pepsi, and T-shirt totaling $13.38. Staff stopped Karen, who also suffers from sensory aphasia, which impairs her ability to communicate and understand speech, at the exit, and took the items back from her after reportedly refusing to let her pay. But as she walked home, a cop called out to stop Garner, who appeared visibly confused in body cam footage. Court documents say the officer violently assaulted her, twisting her arm behind her back, throwing her to the ground, and handcuffing her. Footage shows Officer Austin Hopp drag Garner, who is 5 feet tall and weighs just 80 pounds, to the ground as she shouts, "I'm going home." She can be saying, "Don't do that," as Hopp tells her to stay on the ground. After keeping her pinned on the ground, Hopp can be heard saying, after a short struggle, she is now detained. She is then seen being pushed against the cop car as she once again screams, "I'm going home." Another officer, Daria Jalala, tells Garner to quit it and pulls her arm from behind her back. A violent snapping sound is then heard when Hopp pushes her arm as the 73-year-old cries out in pain. Garner can be seen collapsing to the ground as Jalali shouts, "Stand up, we're going to hold you." A concerned passerby can be then heard calling out, "Do you have to use that much aggression?" Hopp tells the worried citizen to get out of here, telling him this is not your business. Sergeant Phil Metzler then appeared on the scene, approving the arrest and reportedly directing that Garner being denied access to medical care for her injuries afterwards. He asked his colleagues, "Are you guys all good? What do you think?"